Welcome to the Glow Getters podcast. My name is Kayla Fahey-Ahrndt, and I'm your host. I teach and inspire leaders to step into their productive selves and find their true potential. I'm a passionate creative and scientist with over 8 years of healthcare leadership experience. At age 25, I stepped into my first management role and didn't find the leadership advice I was looking for. So here I'm giving you the tools to end burnout and enjoy a vibrant career and life. Glad you're here to learn and grow with me. Now, on with the show. Hey everyone, welcome to the Glow Getters podcast. I'm Kayla, I'm your host. I'm happy to be here and excited to be talking about today's topic because whenever I talk about it, I get a lot of positive feedback, and every time I post about it online, I've been asked to share a little bit more. And so I've been learning about this topic for myself to improve and work through it and get better. And so really, I just want to share with you what I'm learning so that you can grow too with me, alongside me. So today, I'm going to be talking about perfectionism, and specifically, I'm going to be talking about the pain of perfectionism. So I just listened to a podcast episode. It's the Make Chic Happen podcast, and it's hosted by Katie Ersta and Melanie Mitro, who have a business about social media marketing, and they brought on one of their good friends. I think he might be a coach to Melanie, sort of a mindset coach, and his name is Brad Bizjack, and he talked about perfectionism and speeding up the mindset of success is the name of the episode. So I will link it here in case you want to check that one out for yourself. But I want to give him credit because I want to share what I learned from him in that episode, and man, how it's resonated with me. And I think it will resonate and hit you guys really hard and maybe motivate you to let go of some of our perfectionist tendencies. So number one, first, I want to share a quote that he shared from Tony Robbins that is the following. He said, perfection is the lowest standard we can ever set for ourselves because it guarantees pain. So I think a lot of us, if we're not doing self-reflection, we don't think of ourselves as perfectionists. We're just like, we're doing the things, we like things a certain way. But perfectionism can turn up in a lot of different ways. And for me, perfectionism often turns up in me not doing something or me getting bored with the vehicle that was going to be my freedom. So it sounds weird to say that out loud, but it's true. And so he talks about 3 ways that perfectionism causes you pain. So let me just go through those and share with you some personal experiences, and maybe you'll resonate with them as well. So the first way that perfectionism causes pain is, number 1, craving the how so much that you won't ever start. So that, perfectionist tendency to know how you're going to do something or how it's going to happen, or the logistics of each little step of how will matter so much to you that you won't even start at the thing. And what happens is you'll always feel behind, even though you know that you're called to do more. And that feeling of behind leads to shame and makes you feel like you're failing. So part of breaking through perfectionism tendencies is being very appreciative of where you are right now and taking action before you're ready without knowing the how. Because you have a belief that, you'll figure it out. And that starting will actually give you the confidence to keep going, to learn and to fail frequently so that you can be better and continuously improve. So if we're truly embracing growth mindset and the idea of continuous improvement, then we have to start without knowing the how. Because the only way that you can, and this is the example he gave in the episode, the only way that you can learn to swim is actually get in the pool. Right? You can't read a book on swimming and know how to swim. You have to do the thing before you're ready, right? You can read the book on swimming as much as you want, but you'll never learn how to swim if you don't actually go do it. So number 1 was craving the how so much that we don't ever start. And because of this, you'll always feel behind, even though you know in your gut that you are called to do more. So I felt this when, even with my podcast in the past, I want the episodes to be perfect. My dog is barking in the background right now, and I'm like, do I stop recording and start over? But no, of course not, because you know what? You guys want to hear the real. And this is how I learn, to improve and be better and, make different decisions next time and learn what topics you like. Picking a topic's always hard for me because I'm like, ooh, is this good enough? Is this what people care about? Do they want to hear about it? You know what? Record the episode, see what happens. It's just data, right? Number 2, the second way that perfectionism causes pain is you're going to, he uses the word link up, or I would say associate, that every time that you failed at something, that you personally are a failure, not that you failed at something. So when you're having perfectionist tendencies, the pain is caused by the fact that you will associate that because you don't always start or you don't try because you're wanting to make sure you know the how. When you do something and you fail, you believe it's because of the fact that you're a failure, that you're not good enough, that you personally are to blame. But really, failure is something we have to experience if we're going to be on the path to success, to thrive and get better. Because, like I said, without examples of what's worked and what hasn't worked, how do we know how to get better? And we have to start normalizing that every little mistake or quote unquote failure is a learning. And it's not that you personally have failed. It's you found a way that doesn't work as well. So now you're going to pivot and become better. We have to put ourselves out there in order to thrive. Otherwise, we don't start. Or every time we make a misstep, because we don't make steps very often, we associate it with failure. Number 3, the third way that perfectionism guarantees pain is that, what if you do take action? So let's say that you do. When you end up achieving something because you've done it in a perfectionist way, it never actually feels like enough. So this is sort of the mindset of like, where's the joy in the journey? I don't feel fulfilled along the journey. I've achieved success, right? But I don't feel joy from it. And so then what happens? He talks about your success being a moving target. You start to resent or get bored with the work or the vehicle that was going to be the answer to your freedom and your happiness and your success. And then what happens is we get burnt out. And it's actually because of our perfectionism. Because we're obsessed with achieving, or we're obsessed with accomplishing things in a specific way, and we achieve at a high level. But there's no fulfillment when we do it that way, because there's no flow, there's no ease, there's no appreciation for the journey, there's no gratitude. There's just a dangling carrot that we're pushing ourselves towards without actually being drawn or pulled to the thing that fuels us and lights us up and makes us excited. So the 3 things that cause us pain are craving the how so much so you don't ever start, or associating that every time that you failed that you're a failure, and that not finding joy or fulfillment in the journey and just moving towards the carrot by pushing yourself rather than feeling pulled and actually enjoying things. You start to resent, burnout, and it's your perfectionism. So what do we do? Like, how do we get out of this cycle? And I think the first thing that we need to do, and what he talks about in the episode is, take action. Take massive action. Sometimes we're like, we're just going to tiptoe into something. And I think, that's fine, because I definitely did that in 2020. I didn't set actual goals for 2021 because 2020 felt so ambiguous and it felt like too much pressure to set goals and then maybe fail. Looking back, maybe that was a perfectionist tendency, right? Maybe I should have set goals. But here's the thing. When we take massive action, we don't have to work more or be more busy. We just want to take it in an intentional way. And we want to work towards something that does pull us, to be excited, sit up a little bit straighter. Like, yeah, that's what I want. I want that joy in the journey. Every day I want to come to work and be like super excited, or in my personal life, I want to work and strive towards this personal goal because I'm just so lit up about it. If you don't feel lit up about your goals, maybe you have to ask yourself, are they big enough? Are they exciting enough? And maybe you have to pivot your mindset around them because maybe it's a business goal, but think about, well, what is the emotion behind why I want to achieve this business target, right? So the business target is achieving X amount of dollars. What could that do for your family? Does that translate into traveling, a vacation, time home? Like, what does that mean? Turn it into something that feels really meaningful and creates joy in the journey so that your success isn't a moving target of pushing towards a shiny carrot or object or external validation, but is more of an internal gratitude for where you're at and appreciate where you're at right now. I've heard different people talk about this. I don't really have anyone to attribute it to, but it's the idea that what if, we think we always want the success that we dream about, like the end game. Like, I want this 7-figure business and, all of these shiny goals. But actually, right now in this season, when we're working through these perfectionist tendencies, we probably don't have the capacity yet. We haven't opened up to be able to have the systems and structures to support that like huge business. And that's just one example I'm using. It's actually the journey where we're at right now, where we're taking action, we're building our confidence muscle, we're learning from our failures, that's going to prepare us so that instead of being an overnight success, when we reach that milestone, we are actually prepared and capable of handling that level of service and what we've dreamt of. If you're an overnight success, you don't really have the systems in place to support that huge business, right? If I go to 0 to 7 figures, that doesn't seem like it would be sustainable. So really take a step back and think about, like, do you put off starting because you are obsessed with like, how are you going to do the thing? If you do start, but it doesn't work out, do you blame yourself or do you think about it as a learning and try to be better next time? And then when you are taking massive action, are you resentful the whole time? Are you working toward a goal that maybe doesn't light you up? Maybe feels like you're pushing towards it instead of being drawn to it and excited about it? Are you burnt out even though by everyone else's definition you're successful? We really need to start thinking about our perfectionism as causing us pain so that we move away from that pain and totally flip our mindset and recognize we just need to let go. We need to let go and go for it. So this weekend, if you listen to this on Friday, this weekend, let go and enjoy and find gratitude and appreciation for where we're at right now. And take a step. Take multiple steps. You have totally got this. And I know that you are meant for more and you're expansive and you're thriving and you can adapt and that you will find fulfillment and joy in something that makes you excited every single day. And that's success. And you get to define what successful means. All right, everybody, until next time, I hope you take care, stay safe, and be a light. All right, that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening, everybody. I wanted to let you know about something new that I'm doing. If you could please leave me a rating and review on iTunes or write in your Apple Podcasts app, I would so appreciate it. Each week, I'm going to be doing a drawing and sending an email to a winner just to say thank you with some treats, tips, and a little bit of extras because I really want to get this podcast out to more people and I want to hear how it's helping you, getting feedback about what you love to hear about and what you love about the podcast so I can keep doing that. Also, if you'd like to connect with me on a deeper level, check out my website at glowgetterslife.com. You'll find links to my About Me page so you can learn about me and my journey in leadership. You'll find links to my blog, my podcast for more episodes, and to my YouTube channel. And you can also find links to the templates and leadership planners I've created, as well as my free resource library. All right, thanks so much. And until next time, be a light.